Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought the Rugby World Cup and the All Blacks is a big event, there's nothing quite as big as Barbenheimer.
Actually, it's the Women's Football World Cup.
Yes.
Excuse my voice for being a bit croaky today. I went to the match and it's still hanging around.
But you're right.
Go the Football Ferns.
But what I love about the internet is they've turned Barbie and Oppenheimer into Barbenheimer. There's great posters online and everything. But actually, for cinema, do you think this is a really great thing that's happened with it?
Yeah, I think the studios have worked together on the marketing because usually films, there is behind the scenes chat between the studios, the big wigs talking about, putting a flag in the ground for release dates. I want my film on this date, says Paramount. I want this film on this date, says Universal. They work it out. Usually, it would be positioned probably as this film versus that film.
Right.
But instead, it's been a mashup.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. And I think that is just fantastic for cinema. It's not, don't see this movie, see this one. Which is, to be honest, it's usually the way human behavior works, right? It's like, just because you see that one, you can't see that one. But it's actually, go and see both.
Yeah.
And interestingly, we can talk about the release date being the Barbenheimer release date, July 20th in New Zealand and July 21st in the US market, as traditionally a really unusual decision to put two of the biggest films out on the same date. I guess they're quite disparate.
Yeah.
Very different movies.
Yeah.
But I would counter and say that because they are reviewing so high and both already so loved, this is Christopher Nolan's best film ever, says someone.
Yeah.
Barbie film, flawless.
Yeah.
I would argue that people want to see both.
Yes.
And that maybe they should have been released on separate dates. But you never know until the film releases. It's a bit of a catch-22, right? Maybe this is a way of looking at things in the future. I'm excited, for sure, when it comes to the industry, because these are big release films that are starting to happen more often.
Right.
And it's pretty unusual for even when times were good. We're talking pre-COVID here, where two big films like this would be released on the same date. But what it's showing is that there are just more movies coming out, more studio releases. Yeah. There may be a little bit of a hitch to our plan with that one coming up, but it does bode well for what's being written down on the release schedule.
Yeah, and I think when coming to see the Barbie movie, like for me as a dad, and I've got 3 girls, and so we watched very much the animated Barbie movies with the girls growing up.
Yep.
And, and when I see the trailers for Barbie, I don't kind of know, for me, it's been weird. I'm not sure where it's positioned, because we're going to expect to see talking dogs and talking cats? Is it aimed at kids? Is it more at the adults, or is it right in the middle?
Well, we were really interested about what the rating might be.
Yeah.
The ratings for films in New Zealand through the censorship office usually come out. It depends on where the release is happening.
Yeah.
If it's going into a festival or something, so the rating might go through earlier. But the Barbie rating only came out about a week and a half ago. And until that time, we didn't really know what the tone was, because the trailers weren't giving us that much.
That's right.
PG.
Oh, okay.
Love it. Perfect
Cool.
for families.
Yes.
I'm going to see it with my family. We'll probably see it again with my family. Oppenheimer is not a family movie.
No.
So I will see that. And I'm not if I didn't work in cinema, I would still probably go and see both.
I would, yeah. I think just for the nostalgia fact again with my daughters and as a family with my wife, that we used to watch those all together because it was just a thing that we did. So come along and see that. And definitely Oppenheimer is something I'm interested in seeing, and I cannot wait to see
If you're a
that.
Christopher Nolan fan, which you are, I am. If you're a Christopher Nolan fan out there, a lot of people saying it's his best ever, as I mentioned just before, you need to come and find out for yourself.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I mean see it on the big screen, because you won't see it anywhere else for at least 100 days.
So there you go. Barbenheimer has arrived. Da, 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 bum, 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 bum. And that's why we talk instead of doing music.